Welcome to the YieldMax 100 Share Challenge. We've been tracking what would happen if you purchased 100 shares of each of the YieldMax ETFs in groups A, B, C, and D. And we are at payment number 5 for Group A. And let's take an overview. We have lost $6,000 in value. And we are up for crash. We're up to 130.59 shares. The average price of $6.95. The current price is $6.07. Feet, 112.1 shares. 47.18 average, and it's down to 35.03. 5E. 105.04 shares, 48.04 average cost. Current price $36.75, and the average price is dividends reinvested, of course. GUI 116.18, 14.49 average, 12.26 current. OARK 120.36, 10.81 average, 7.63 current. Snowy 124.38, average price 20.31, 15.08 current. Tesla 139.47 shares. That's a lot of shares we're getting there. It's 14.24. Unfortunately, the price is down to 8.32. TSMY 120.51 shares. 1951 average, 1406 current. XOMO 111.11, 1539 average, 1311 current. YBIT 127.93 shares, 1355 average, 1062 current. All right, let's take a look at the spreadsheet, get an overview of that. There's 135.9. For crash, we are actually up 3 cents a share. You can see we started at 7. We're at 7.03. We've made 218.05 total growth in the investment. Last dividend was a good one, 56.16. That paid us 68.05 for the month. This is how much we have with drip total. We have made $252.76 in dividends. Our return is 36.11% of recurring our total investment. So we're a little over a third of the way of getting our entire investment back. Without the drip, we would have got 56.16 if you just taken it as cash each month. We have received a total of 224.54 in non-drip dividend payments, and that works out to 32.08%. So you can see now that we're 5 payments in, we're starting to get a little separation on this one between 36 and 32. GUI 116. Let's see, we're down 320 a share. And we've only lost a total value of 134.58 with the investments, dividends reinvestment. The dividends have been fairly steady in the 37% range. So 39, 32, 37, 29. So we received 41.92 in dividends. 216.84 total received. We're at 14.79 of recouping our investment. 37.29, 205.13 with no drip, which is 13.9. See, those are staying close with the smaller dividend payment. Feet, which has not been with us for 5 cycles because it's a newer one, we have lost $14.37 a share. These are the ones when they started at $50, they really tend to drop quickly. So we've lost $1,000 total. As you can see, the dividends are good, 196, 69, and 164. So we have received 175 for this payment, 444.04 overall. So we have recouped almost 10% of our initial investment, even with it being losing. 5E, same thing. It's a newer one. We're down $13.55 a share. We've lost $11.77 in investment value. These are paying still in the dollar range. This last one was a 102, 103 rounded. So you got 106.17. With the reinvestment, we have received a total of 290.51, 5.96%, and 5.87 without. OARK, we're up to 120.36. So the shares are growing. Our price is down to $7.12. You'll notice that with the dividend staying the same and the price dropping, you are getting more shares each reinvestment. So in the long term, that will definitely help. We have only lost 262.04, even though we've lost 407 a share. That's because of the dividend reinvestment. We're at 16.32% on our initial investment and 15.22% on the initial investment. So this one would be, without say you needed the money, you would be getting about $30 to $40 a month that you could spend. So if you had to make an extra credit card payment or something, you could do it out of that, something like that. Snowy, 124.38. We're down $7.43 a share. We've lost a total of $406.80 against our initial investment. The dividends, 68 cents, so that's not terrible. We received 81.25 with the reinvestment. We have received a total of 403.82. We're at almost to 20. We're at 1903. 70.83 without dividend reinvestment, and you would have received 374.02 at 17.63 without reinvesting. Tesla up to 139 shares, but you can see why the price has really dropped. We've lost $8.43 a share. We've lost $554.87 in total investment. But with the greater number of shares, if the dividends can hold on, you can start maybe recovering some of this a little. Because I don't know that, I think Tesla, with all the brouhaha going on around Elon, I think people are getting over it and realizing it's not that big of a deal. So let's hope it stabilizes, because if this stock price, which it has been recovering, if this goes back up a little also, we could be doing really good on this one. We received 84.15 this month, which gives us a total of 409.75. We're at over 25%. So we've received over a quarter of our initial investment back in dividends. If you took that in your wallet, you would have got 23.35% of that money back, $367. And this one is, you know, you can see when the stock was doing a little better, but 60, 50, 40, that's not, that would be a nice monthly credit card debt accelerator payment. TSMY, this high-tech stuff that has been dropping. As you can see, we're down $7.69, and we are down $498.06. The last dividend was 0.5635. 65.08 was what we received. We have received a total of 341.57, 16.34, and 56.35 this month. Total 319.07, 15.27. So those are not terrible numbers. And hopefully the stock market, if it stabilizes and starts to trend up slowly over the next couple of months, as everything stabilizes, some trade deals actually get done, these can start recovering their initial investment faster because you have so many more shares. XOMOs 11.11, down to 13.01. It's lost 2.54 a share, 109.46 total. 35 cents was the dividend payment, which is in line with its norms. 37.87 with drip, 154.73, almost a 10% return with drip. $35, so at 148.50 and 9.50. These are close because, like I said before, these are smaller dividend payments, so these are going to take longer to separate. Ybit. Okay, how is currency done? Cryptos. We have 386 in total share share reduction. We have only lost, out of that 386, we have only lost 98.60. Is that right? 13D8. Yeah, that's right. So that's not bad. The 127.93, so we're getting lots of shares. 41 cents. So these ticked down a little, but not terrible. 55, 43, 41. So crypto, if it makes a little bit of a comeback, we should stay in the 50-cent range, 40, 50. 50.05, we have 318 total, 22.47. And 41.10, 289.67 without drip, 20.47. So 2% difference. That's Group A. Sorry it's late. We had Easter last weekend, and the dividend tracker was delayed, and I had a busy week at work. But hey, thanks for staying to the end. For those of you who don't know, I'm starting another group. I'm going to start a new dividend earn series called Debt Sucks. I have started door dashing, and what I do is I take the money I make from DoorDash, and I have been buying shares of ETFs in the YieldMax funds. Same ones I'm following, so I'm doing this with real money. And I have Misty, SMCY, Crash, and GDXY. Here's where I'm at. You can see, like I said, I've been door dashing for a couple of weeks, plus a little of initial investment to open the brokerage account. So like I'm saying, this is real money in a brokerage account. That's why there's not much. 4 shares, 8 shares. GDXY, I got that right before last week's payment. So I have 0.05, and then Crash, I've had that a little bit, and I've got 0.39. So you can see, yeah, so I've had it for a month. I got it that 56-cent dividend. So I'm going to start as a series on those. I'm going to record some videos on DoorDash, what I found out, some tips I could give you, anything. And I hope you'll join me on those. I should get those up shortly. So thanks, and enjoy your day. Goodbye.